Alright guys, so this week is going to be a little bit different. I decided to do a review of the new streaming service Quibi, which is available on like phones. I've been getting ads constantly for it throughout quarantine, so I decided let me check it out and let you guys know, is it worth it? And yeah, so let's just get into it. This is going to be my review of Quibi. Alright, so starting off the review is Chrissy's Court. Now, Chrissy's Court is the reason why I downloaded Quibi in the first place, because I had seen a lot of ads for it. I had seen Chrissy Teigen tweeting about it a lot, and I just wanted to kind of check it out. So I got Quibi and I watched Chrissy's Court. At first, I wasn't into it. As I watched more of it, I started to like it a little bit more. It's definitely not great. Um, if I were to rate it in terms of quality, I would say it's probably a 5. But I enjoy watching the show because it seems like everybody has fun, and most of the people are happy just to have somebody decide for them what they have to do. Um, so it's overall an enjoyable show to watch, and it's something that I have been keeping up with. The next show is Dismantled with Titus Burgess, and I really like Titus Burgess after his work in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. So this is one of the shows, when I saw it on Quibi, I had to watch it, and it's one of the more unique shows that they have on the service, and it's one that I actually enjoy. It's a cooking show, which I normally would not be into, but basically they have two chefs. They blindfold them and put them in like a big white suit and blast a mystery dish onto them, and they have to eat it like off the floor and stuff and off themselves and figure out what it is. And then they have half an hour to cook that dish. Whichever one of them gets the most ingredients right in the dish gets like $5,000. So it's a cool concept for a show. It's kind of like Chopped mixed with like one of those like Nickelodeon shows where they like blast slime on you. I enjoy it. And they have new celebrity guests each week or each episode. I can't even say each week, each episode. So each day, each weekday. So the next show I watched is Flipped. This is another show that I actually enjoyed. It got off to a pretty slow start. I wish the episodes were longer for this show because I think it would make it a lot better. There's a lot of potential in it that's just wasted, I feel like, because it does move really, really fast. It stars Will Forte and Caitlin Olsen, who I love. Caitlin Olsen, think she's hysterical, and I do watch a lot of stuff with Will Forte in it. I think he's great. So overall, they're great. I love them, and I'm glad they have a show together. I'm not going to spoil too much about Flipped because it is kind of a suspenseful thing. Basically, it's a couple who they both get fired from their jobs. They're very like quirky, different, so they decide that they want to start their own show and submit it to the TV company. Things go wrong when they get a really dilapidated house to kind of renovate and flip, and they find a bunch of money in the wall. And I'm not going to spoil any more after that, but if you want to check it out, go and watch it. It's good. The next show I watched was Memory Hole with Will Arnett, and I hated it. I absolutely thought it was one of the worst shows that I had watched on the platform in terms of comedies and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely just unenjoyable for me. And I heard that the idea wasn't even original. I mean, it's clearly not an original idea. It is a, like, Tosh.0 style show where they focus on one type of, like, pop culture obscure reference, but it's just not good. It's not good. The next show that I watched was Murder House Flip. Now, when I saw this, I was like, what is this? I thought it would be a comedy, and it turns out it is a real show. It is two people who decide to flip houses of people who bought murder houses. So, like, a real murder has been committed in each of the houses that are renovated on this show. They do spread it out over multiple episodes, yet I was still extremely bored. The idea sounds like it should be interesting for at least 10 minutes at a time, but it is not. The next show that I watched is Nikki Fresh, which stars Nicole Richie, Lionel Richie's daughter, and she basically decides she wants to become a trap music artist, wants to create an album of socially conscious trap songs, calls it Parent Trap. This surprisingly wasn't the worst. The music is terrible, but Nicole Richie and whoever plays her assistant is very funny in this show, and I enjoy it. I usually skip past the musical parts at the end, so it ends up being only about 4 minutes or so of actual content each episode. The next show I watched was the Punk'd reboot with Chance the Rapper, and it's punked. Each episode is like 7 minutes. That's all I have to say. It's enjoyable for the 7 minutes that it's on. Some of the pranks, honestly, are kind of bad. Don't make very much sense, but again, it's punked. The next show I watched was Thanks a Million. I guess there's only going to be 10 episodes. It's 10 celebrities, each giving away $100,000 to somebody who's made an impact in their life, but that person only gets to keep $50,000 and gives away the other $50,000 to somebody who's made an impact on their life, who then gets to keep $25,000 and has to give away $20,000 or $25,000 to another person who's impacted their life, and then it stops. So it's basically a chain of gratitude is what they call it. The celebrities, some of them are okay, some of them I don't like, some of them are irrelevant to me. So overall, the show is nice. If you need something to make you feel good inside, I'd recommend. It is a very feel-good show. That's my current review of all the shows on Quibi, so now I'm going to get into should you get it and just overall stuff like that. So I think Quibi is something that somebody who works at a TV network would think is a good idea. By that I mean you can only watch the shows on your phone. And I know what you're thinking, oh, I could just share it to my TV, because that's what I will do sometimes. If I'm watching like YouTube or something and I don't feel like watching it on my phone, I'll just AirPlay it to my Apple TV, boom. Well, Quibi fails to have this option. Why? I don't know. I guess they decided that you can only watch it on your phone, even though there is a horizontal option that looks much better than the vertical option that they provide. The vertical option that they do provide is actually not the worst. It is specifically formatted to work both ways, and it switches really fast whenever you switch it. I personally like watching it sideways because you just get a better cinematic experience. If you watch it vertically, it's very close up in your face. There's a decent amount of options, but many of them are just not very good. And that's the unfortunate part about Quibi, is they want a lot of shows, they want them out every day, and they want new shows on the platform every week. You don't mind getting just a lot of stuff thrown at you as if you're the wall, and they're gonna see what sticks to you and what sticks to everybody else. So if you sign up for Quibi by April 30th, you can get a 90-day free trial. So I'd highly recommend you do that. If you need something to do during quarantine, you will have plenty of episodes, as they upload new episodes every weekday, and they release new shows every week. I promise this isn't sponsored by Quibi, but it should be.